start with our official program. We have a choir here with us with the name Swar Sangam Group, who will be singing few recitals for all of us. So can we give a great round of applause, please?
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम भज प्यारे तू सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। मुख में तुलसी घट में राम जब बोलो तब सीताराम। मुख में तुलसी घट में राम जब बोलो तब सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। रात को निंदिया दिन में काम कब भजोगे हरि का नाम। रात को निंदिया दिन में काम कब भजोगे हरि का नाम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। पतित पावन सीताराम। पतित पावन सीताराम। सोनेरी धरती जथे चांदीरो आसमान। रंग रंगीलो रस भरो मारो प्यारो राजस्थान। केसरिया बालम आवो ने पधारो मारे देश जे पधारो मारे देश आवो ने पधारो मारे देश देश रे पधारो मारे देश। हाँ पधारो 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 सा पधारो 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 सा पधारो जी मारे देश देश रे पधारो मारे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जान रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जान रे। पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए मन अभिमान ना आने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए पीड़ पराई जाने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए सकल लोक मां सहुने बंदे निंदा ना करे के रे। सकल लोक मां सहुने बंदे निंदा ना करे के रे। वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे। धन धन जननी देवी रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जान रे। स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं अत स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं। स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं अत स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं। आनंद मंगल मंगलम आनंद मंगल मंगलम। नित प्रियम भारत भारतम नित प्रियम भारत भारतम। स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं अत स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं। नित्य निरंतरता नवता मानवता समता ममता। सारथि साथ मनोरथ का जो अनिवार्य नहीं थमता। शाकल्प अभिजित अभिमतम शाकल्प अभिजित अभिमतम। आनंद मंगल मंगलम आनंद मंगल मंगलम। नित प्रियम भारत भारतम नित प्रियम भारत भारतम। स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं अत स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं। स्वागतं शुभ स्वागतं स्वागतं।
A very good morning morning and a hearty welcome to all of you at the second Indian Publishers Conference 2024, which is organized by the Federation of Indian Publishers. The success of the first Indian Publishers Conference 2023, which celebrated FIP's Golden Jubilee, was a testament to our industry's strength and resilience, and has inspired us to elevate our national conference into an annual national convention. This year's conference, themed Unleashing the Digital Potential, embodies our collective aspiration to harness these immense opportunities of the digital transformation that it presents. It promises to be a landmark event that will continue and convene the brightest minds and pioneering spirits from the publishing realm. The Federation of Indian Publishers is the representative body of publishers in English, Hindi, and other regional languages, with its membership from all over India, representing more than 80% of the publishing industry. Since its inception, the Federation has become the nodal body of the Indian publishing industry and is growing stronger day by day. As we gather here, we are not merely participants in a conference, we are pioneers charting a new course for an industry that has been at the heart of the intellectual and the cultural development for centuries. So once again, with that, we will now be starting with our second national conference, and we will now be proceeding with our inaugural ceremony. We have with us our chief guest, our honorable member of Lok Sabha, Sushri Banswari Swaraj. Can we give a great round of applause for that? We also have with us Sri Naveen Gupta, President of FIP and Managing Director of Avital Publishing Company. We have with us Sri Pranav Gupta, our Honorary General Secretary of FIP and Managing Director of Prince Publication. We also have with us Sri Sahil Gupta, who's the Conference Director. And with that, I will now be requesting all our dignitaries to please proceed for the lamp lighting ceremony.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपं ज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपं ज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपं ज्योति नमोस्तुते वरदे 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 वीणावादने वरदे 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 वीणावादने वरदे प्रिय स्वतंत्र नव अमृत मंत्र नव प्रिय स्वतंत्र नव अमृत मंत्र नव भारत में वरदे 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 वीणावादने वरदे
अंधे उर के बंधन स्वर काटे अंधे उर के बंधन स्वर महाजननी ज्योतिर्मय निरज महाजननी ज्योतिर्मय निरज कलुष भेद तम हर प्रकाश कर कलुष भेद तम हर प्रकाश पर जगमग जग कर दे जगमग जग कर दे वीणा वादनी वरदे.
So our choir's name, as you were asking, it's called Swar Sangam Group. Can we have a great round of applause, please? And now I request everybody to please rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा. विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा. तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे. गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Can we once again give a great round of applause to this beautiful choir for giving us such a beautiful, uplifting and a melodious start to our Indian Publishers Conference 2024. And now, to set the right tone to this conference, I would be taking the opportunity to invite on stage Shri Naveen Gupta, our President of FIP, to kindly give the welcome address. Can we give a great round of applause, please?
Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the Federation of Indian Publishers, I take this opportunity to welcome Ms. Bansri Swaraj, Honorable Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha, Shri Anil Sharma ji, and distinguished guests and fellow publishers to the Indian Publishers Conference 2024. FIP is a representative body of publishers in India representing more than 80% publishing industry. FIP is the only publishers body which is affiliated with the International Publishers Association, Geneva. FIP was formed in 1973 and last year we celebrated our golden jubilee. With the success of the first edition of the Indian Publishers Conference last year, it was decided to hold the conference annually to highlight the latest advancements coming up in the industry from time to time. This year's theme of the conference is Unleashing the Digital Potential. This will help the industry in exploring the latest digital technology that will benefit the publishers and the readers in future. FIP has always been vigilant about the industry's issues and represented them to the relevant government departments for redressal from time to time. FIP do many activities which include Award for Excellence in Book Production, which is an annual feature to recognize the production quality of books, and that now matches international standards. Similarly, FIP organizes Delhi Book Fair annually in association with ITPO, which we started in 1995. Now the 28th edition shall be held in New Delhi from 7th August to 11th August this year. FIP also conducted virtual Delhi book fairs during the COVID-19 pandemic when physical events were not possible. And also, along with Indira Gandhi National Open University, FIP is supporting post-graduation course in publishing also. The role of FIP in carrying Indian publishing to international platforms has been phenomenal, encouraging Indian publishers to exhibit in book fairs outside India during these years has already led to India being a focus country in about a dozen international book fairs. As the Indian national body of publishers, it has represented India in the International Publishers Association IPA Geneva. FIP has the proud privilege of hosting the International Publishers Congress twice, first in 1992 and then in 2018. FIP is the only member of IPA to host this conference twice. Our ancestors in the Federation were able to have Delhi as the UNESCO World Book Capital in 2003. The Indian publishing industry has been on a growth path all these years. We stand today as the third largest publishing nation in the world in terms of the number of books published and the second largest in English language publishing. And ma'am, just for information, the industry is providing employment to over 1 million people and contributing 0.08% to the GDP of the nation. I am sure that eminent publishers, ma'am, one thing more I will like to add here. Delhi is the publishing hub, and not for the country, for the Indian market. Across the globe, New Delhi has proved its worth as publishing center. And ma'am, being you are from Delhi and New Delhi is the area, so we look forward to you for many issues which the publishers face. And we had been getting this support from your family, from respected ma'am, whenever we had gone to her. I'm sure that eminent publishers from across the country who are present on this occasion will carry home the outcome of the deliberations during the day and disseminate the ideas and thoughts among other fellow publishers to add to the future publishing industry developments. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your address on this momentous journey of embracing the digital age of AI, machine learning, the world of OTT platforms and EdTech. The Federation of Indian Publishers, through this Indian Publishers Conference 2024, seeks to lead the way once again. We would now be felicitating and welcoming our honorable chief guest. Can we give a great round of applause for Sushri Bansuri Swarajji, who's the honorable member of Lok Sabha. I request all our dignitaries to kindly present her with the memento. Can we give a great round of applause, please? We would like to once again thank ma'am for gracing this conference with her presence.
We also have among us Shri Anil Sharma ji, the former MLA from the R.K. Puram constituency and a well-wisher to the Federation of Indian Publishers. We would also like to felicitate us and thank you so much, Sharma ji, for coming on a short notice and being among us. Thank you so much for your support.
And now I will be requesting ma'am to also address us.
Adarniya Naveen Gupta ji, President, the Federation of Indian Publishers. Pranav Gupta ji, Dr. Ashok Gupta ji, Sahil Gupta ji और यहाँ बैठे सभी गणमान्य व्यक्ति. किसी का नाम यदि रह गया है तो उसकी जिम्मेदारी है जिसने ये लिस्ट मुझे लिख के दी है. इसलिए जिनका नाम लिया उनका बहुत अभिनंदन, जिनका नाम रह गया उनको डबल आभार और अभिनंदन. खुद वकील हूँ, इसलिए माई ऑफिस बोस्ट्स ऑफ अ वेरी रोबस्ट लाइब्रेरी. खुद एक वकील हूँ तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि किताबों से कितना ज़्यादा प्यार है. फाइलों से थोड़ा ज़्यादा, लेकिन हाँ मुझे लगता है फीस से थोड़ा कम. यदि आप किसी भी मंदिर में जाएंगे तो आपको माँ शारदा का बहुत सुंदर विग्रह मिलेगा. माँ सरस्वती की आराधना पूजा हम सब करेंगे, लेकिन काश कोई बाहर का व्यक्ति इस कमरे में आता तो यहाँ पे स्वर संगम ग्रुप ने जो संगीतमय माहौल बांधा है और यहाँ पर जो माँ शारदा के साक्षात पुजारी यहाँ बैठे हैं जो इनेबल करते हैं that the written word reaches every home, अगर वो आते तो वो यहाँ पर माँ सरस्वती का केवल विग्रह ही नहीं पाते, उनके एहसास, उनकी अनुभूति भी करते। तो ज़रा ज़ोरदार तालियां अपने लिए बजाइए। First of all, I would like to commend the tireless efforts that the Federation of Indian Publishers has actually made over the years. And many congratulations on your second conference. To find out from Naveen ji that we're the third largest publisher in the world, we're the second largest publisher in the English language. And this is to say when English is not even our mother tongue. It is extremely commendable. And I know that this has only been possible because of publishers like you. It's very good to have talent. कई लोग हैं भारत में जिनकी कलम में बहुत दम है, जिनकी आवाज़ बहुत पुरजोर है, लेकिन वो आवाज़ बंद कर और दब कर रह जाती है अगर उस टैलेंट और उस आवाज़ को जनता तक पहुंचाने का माध्यम ना हो। और वो सेतु, कला को जौहरी तक पहुंचाने का, लोगों के समक्ष पहुंचाने का जो सेतु आप बनते हैं, उसके लिए आपके चरणों में कोटि कोटि वंदन। I have to say that this particular conference is definitely a trailblazing effort. The fact that you're actually looking at digital content, you're talking about how to leverage digital technology to take a traditional print medium forward, well, kudos to you. It means that you're taking something which is very traditional, but ensuring that you're keeping in step with the latest. It's quite encouraging to see that the Indian book market in 2021 to 2026 has actually grown by 15.5% compounded annual growth rate. The Federation of Indian Publishers, of course, plays a very crucial role in advocating policies and for digital transformation of the publishing industry. Of course, more power to you. And Naveen bhai, आप जो हैं वो मेरे भाई भी हैं, आपके और परिवार के इतने पुराने रिश्ते हैं। मैं यहाँ पे खड़े होकर सार्वजनिक तौर पर वचन देती हूँ कि आपकी छोटी बहन होने के नाते और आपकी सांसद होने के नाते जो भी मैं इंडियन फेडरेशन ऑफ पब्लिशर्स के लिए कर सकती हूँ, आई एम जस्ट अ फोन कॉल अवे। AI, very interesting. It can write a book in seconds. It can even illustrate a book in seconds. But does it have the soul of a human being? Perhaps no. AI is something which is very prompt generated. You can be very clever in the way you prompt it to do what you want. पर मुझे लगता है कि लिखाई जो है वो एक कला का रूप है, और कला में जब तक कि आपकी आत्मा का अंश ना डले, आपकी भावनाओं का अंश ना डले, तब तक कि कला जीवंत नहीं होती। And therefore, artificial intelligence can be leveraged as an enabler of human creativity. It cannot be a substitute of human creativity. It can help you proofread. It can do maybe many of the repetitive tasks of editing and proofreading, and it can expedite the process. आपकी किताब जहां आप मे बी 1 महीने में पब्लिश करते थे, उसको आप 15 दिन में पब्लिश कर देंगे. It can ensure that your publishing house becomes a very prolific publishing house. But like I said, it cannot take away from the human creativity. अगर आपने कई बार देखा होगा, कुछ नहीं, अगर आप पोइट्री की भी बात करें, वो राइम आपको दे देगी. आप उसको बता सकते हैं कि मुझे ए बी राइम में चाहिए, या मुझे शेक्सपियर का तुम कोट जो है इसकी तर्ज पे इसको कॉपी करके बता दो, लेकिन वो मौलिक थॉट नहीं दे पाएगी. इसीलिए दिस इज वेयर यू कम इन. यू आर the people who are going to stand guard to ensure that human creativity flourishes under the aegis of of the Federation. But while AI will be an enabler and a facilitator, it ought not to be a hindrance. Thank you very much for having me today. I'm going to keep it very short because I have to rush to Parliament. I would have loved to stand here and listen to the keynote speaker, but I'm looking forward to the video of that nonetheless. Thank you very much, and once again, I stand tall here in solidarity with the Federation and with every member of the publishing industry, and once again reiterate my commitment and the commitment of the Modi government to whatever we can do to assist the Federation and the industry moving forward. Thank you very much. Of course.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for showing all of us your unwavering support to the publishing industry. So we have with us on stage Shri Pranav Gupta, our Honorary General Secretary of FIP, who was also awarded the Outstanding Young Global Leader Award. Sir, can we please have an address from you?
I'll keep it very brief as the ma'am, she has to leave for the Parliament for the session. Few burning issues in the Indian publishing industry which I would like to highlight. Before I just commence, I would just like to take specific two names for today's conference. One, I would like to reiterate the fact, and I would like to take the name of Honorable Shri Ashok Ghoshji, who was the founder of this Federation of Indian Publishers. He is no more with us, and it's been 6 months. Yesterday was the 6 months when he passed away. But he has been the mentor and the guide, and who laid the foundation for the Federation of Indian Publishers. A big round of applause for him. Second, I would like to take the name of Sahil Gupta, the young entrepreneur, the leader, who has put his heart and soul putting up this edition of the Indian Publishers Conference. Ma'am, I'll keep it very brief for you. The few burning issues which the Indian publishing industry is facing at the moment, and as the President Sir said, Delhi is the hub of the publishing, not only for India, but globally, and especially for the Afro-Asia region. Delhi NCR consists of majority of the Indian publishers and the printing presses, and the few issues what we have, and you yourself being a lawyer, as you said, you have a big collective library at your office itself. One of the major issues for the industry at the moment is the copyright. Rampant digital piracy, photocopying, scanning is a burning issue for us. Almost it is like a parallel industry for us, and though the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Commerce have taken certain recommendations, have invited our suggestions for it, but yet the law needs to amend. Ma'am, the law was formed somewhere in 1957, amended up to 2012, but the publishing industry has transformed into, digitally so much that these laws needs to amend. We want you to be our vocal voice before the Parliament, and please ensure that the report has already been tabled. It is the 161th report of the Parliament Committee on the Standing Commerce Committee, which has been tabled, and we would like to get it implemented. That's number one issue what we have. Second, ma'am, due to this copyright problem, the authorship in India is not, we are not being able to develop authorship as a profession. Please understand, if you see the authorship in the Western countries, authorship itself is a profession. Very few selected authors, which we can count on, on our tips, their books are being sold into millions of copies, and they have been getting some decent amount of royalties. Otherwise, in India, authors are writing books just out of passion. It is no more as a career, no more as a profession. If the piracy and the copyright laws are made stringent, authorship can develop as a profession in India. Literacy, book reading, national book promotion policy, ma'am. Nations and societies of the 21st century are knowledge driven. The Prime Minister also talks about the knowledge driven economy, a knowledge circular economy. If we are looking at that, promoting book reading culture in India is very important. We have moved from Amrit Mahotsav to Amrit Kal. We have a set agenda of becoming India Viksit Bharat. But till date, India lacks is a national book promotion policy. Number of committees has been made. Number of efforts has been made. But till date, the book policy has not yet been laid down in India, whereas in most of the Western countries and most of the Asian countries have a book promotion policy where students are encouraged to read books beyond their curriculum, which is not happening. If we are looking at a holistic development of the child, of the citizen, we want our Indians to be a global citizens. We need that, because book reading is something which helps you both physically, mentally, emotionally. So there are there are so many benefits about book reading which needs to be done. In order to promote the book reading culture, we need to have a strong library network in India, right from mohalla libraries to central libraries. If I take out the institutions of national importance like IITs, IIMs and the central universities, hardly there are any public libraries which exist. They exist on paper, they exist on materially. You come from Delhi, you know the condition of Delhi Public Library. What is there in front of us? आप मैम हमारे सांसद क्षेत्र से चुन के आते हैं, आई एम अ रेसिडेंट ऑफ GK1, आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू, आप अपने इस 5 साल के टेन्योर में कम से कम 1 से 2 लाइब्रेरी अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में शुरू करिए और उसको एक रोल मॉडल बनाइए इंडिया के लिए. एंड ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडियन पब्लिशर्स आई एश्योर लाइब्रेरी आप बनाइए, बुक्स उसके अंदर हम भरेंगे, चाहे वो कितनी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा किताबें हों, दैट वी विल डू. मैम एक इंपॉर्टेंट विषय, अगर आज हम इंडियन पब्लिशिंग इंडस्ट्री की बात करें, मैक्सिमम रेवेन्यू गवर्नमेंट से आता है. प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने फरवरी 2022 में ये कहा था, इट इज नॉट गवर्नमेंट्स बिजनेस टू डू बिजनेस. द इंटायर पब्लिशिंग इंडस्ट्री, इफ वी सी, the school education is dominated by organizations like NCRT, SCRT, National Book Trust, Sahitya Academy, Publication Division. These organizations have gone beyond that mandate. Their mandate was to promote book reading culture. Their mandate was to promote translations in languages. But they have gone into commercial publishing and eating away the revenue for the Indian publishing industry, for which all of us here work day and night very hard. We shed our blood and soul into it, and that revenue goes in. I'll give you a very small example. In the union budget of 2018-19, Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan was launched. A budget was allocated where 20,000 rupees was given to each school, each government school. Ma'am, you will be surprised to know that out of that budget, only the schools they bought was the books of National Book Trust, NCRT, not creating or adding any value to the Indian publishing industry. If these organizations are phased out in a manner, what will happen is it will grow the Indian publishing industry. Today we claim to be third largest. Time will not be far away. Within 10 years, we can be number 1. That is one very important issue which is burning for us. I would also like to highlight and to congratulate the government of India on the appointment of respected Sudha Murthy ji as the member of parliament in Rajya Sabha. It was a great honor, I would say, ma'am, for the publishing industry that an author of such a repute and one of the best-selling author was appointed by the Honorable President of India on the recommendation of the government in the Rajya Sabha, and I feel that that voice of the Indian publishing industry and authorship can be created. And it will be a dream come true, and I often used to joke with my mentor, my uncle, Shri Ashok Ghosh ji, प्रणव कुछ चक्कर चलाओ, मोदी साहब से रिक्वेस्ट करो, कभी कोई पब्लिशिंग इंडस्ट्री से भी राज्यसभा पहुंचा दो. So I would request if somebody from the publishing industry could also be considered in the times to come. As the President sir said, India is the third largest, second in terms of English language publishing. The challenge in front of us is not a single Indian company falls under the top 10, top 50 or top 100 publishing houses of the world. Here I am referring to the standalone company. Because lack of initiatives and the policy measures, I am just concluding, ma'am, 30 seconds. Lack of the policy measures and initiatives. India is such a large market, our domestic market is great. When we have top 10 companies in the automobile sector, in the software sector, IT, banking, the onus is on us. What we request is some policy initiatives from the government. If that will come to us, definitely some of us will definitely fall in top 100 in next 10 years, for sure. With this, I conclude, ma'am. I know you are in rush, but the only humble request would be that you remain the voice for the Indian publishing industry. We technically don't have a guardian in the Lok Sabha. We want you to be our guardian, taking our voice before the parliament. As we do storytelling, you narrate our story to the 140 crore Indian people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pleasure. And sorry for holding you.
Can you once again have a great round of applause for Shri Pranav Gupta? Thank you, sir, for making us all aware about the current scenario and the issues and how we can together overcome it. I would be requesting our audiovisual team to kindly play those special video messages that we have from Ms. Karine Pansa, who's the president of IPA, followed by the message from Ms. Tracy Armstrong, president of IFRO.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow publishers, distinguished guests, book lovers, thank you to the Federation of Indian Publishers and especially Pranav for inviting me to talk to you today. Congratulations on the organization of the second Indian Publishers Conference. During my IPA presidency, I have been able to visit you, as has our Secretary General and my Vice President Gvansa Jobava. Indian publishing is a vital part of global publishing, and the global publishing industry through IPA is here to support Indian publishers. For those of you who don't know the International Publishers Association, the IPA, a quick background. The IPA was founded way back in 1896 on the pillars of promoting copyright and the freedom to publish. Today, it is the world's largest federation of publishers associations with 101 members in 81 countries. Our pillars are still the promotion of copyright and the freedom to publish, and we are proud to include the Federation of Indian Publishers among our members. IPA also works on other issues, of course, such as data, literacy, accessibility, and sustainability, and we also have a dedicated forum for educational publishing. Your theme today is Unleashing the Digital Potential. This subject is evergreen in many ways. We could have been talking about this with the advent of ebooks, and we can talk about it now in the context of artificial intelligence. In all of my visits as IPA president, I have always been impressed by how our sector is constantly innovating and finding new ways to reach new readers. We have to. The competition is fierce and getting fiercer. Video games, movies, music, social media, the competition for readers' attention and time is so intense. We have to keep innovating, but we also have to focus on quality, making the best books we possibly can. The big innovation that is still on everybody's lips is artificial intelligence. How will it affect publishing? Well, we see floods of low-quality AI-generated books on online platforms. But we also see lots of opportunities for impacts on production, workflow, editing, proofing, accessibility, marketing, and distribution. And when it comes to the creation itself, I think our value as publishers is being that trusted intermediary between the author and the reader. I'm yet to be convinced that AI can replace those relationships, and it's up to us to be responsible with the trust we have. Publishers have always embraced new technologies, but the current wave leaves us feeling conflicted. The generative artificial intelligence tools have almost all been trained with copyrighted books with no permission, no license, and no payment. This is not right. The IPA has a clear position on how generative AI and copyright should work together. AI platforms need to be transparent about their training data. We need to know what goes in. If they want to use our books, they should ask. They certainly shouldn't resort to pirated sources of books and journals. Your sessions today will enable you to cover the potential of digital from so many angles, and I look forward to reading the results of your discussions and to you sharing those with your international colleagues. I wish you all every success. Thank you.
On behalf of the IFRO Board of Directors, thank you for the invitation to share remarks for the Indian Publishers Conference 2024, organized by the Federation of Indian Publishers and Indian Reprographic Rights Organization. I am Tracy Armstrong, President of the IFRO Board of Directors. I understand the theme for this year's conference is Unleashing the Digital Potential, and I could not think of a better theme for this dynamic moment in the publishing and copyright industries. As you may know, IFRO's mission is to develop and promote effective collective rights management to ensure that the copyrights and related rights of authors and publishers are valued through the lawful and remunerated use of text and image-based works. Collective management organizations and reproduction rights organizations, or RROs, constitute the majority of IFRO's membership. IFRO has over 155 members in more than 85 countries who in turn represent millions of authors and publishers all around the world. IFRO is committed to driving the development of a balanced and inclusive global, regional, and national copyright ecosystem, where the solutions offered by RROs, authors, and publishers are recognized and used as a tool to ensure thriving national publishing markets and ultimately contribute to the livelihood of authors and publishers. With regard to unleashing the digital potential, given the importance and broad impact of AI on the IFRO membership, IFRO has provided various resources in order to keep members informed about key developments, as well as providing numerous fora for discussion. It is imperative that AI-related policies include real protections for authors, artists, publishers, and other rights holders. Licensing solutions such as direct and collective licensing meet the needs of technology companies, users of copyrighted works, authors, and publishers. It is crucial that policymakers and others in the copyright system have a robust appreciation of the legal implications of using copyrighted works and why observing copyright law is important to our overall society. This includes an understanding that using copyrighted works as inputs without authorization or remuneration to their proprietors can result in infringement, and an understanding that liability is likely to be even greater where an AI technology produces materials that compete with the underlying copyrighted works for readers, as well as for financial and other rewards. I want to mention that IFRO is so pleased that IRRO will host the IFRO Asia Pacific Committee meeting in 2025. And I am very much looking forward to being back in India to attend in person and meet many stakeholders and government officials. I wish you all the best with your conference, and I look forward to seeing many of you at the IFRO World Congress in early October this year, and again in India next year for the IFRO Asia Pacific Committee meeting hosted by IRRO in early 2025.